Hey guys, it's Harbz Gaming and welcome back to another episode of my Formula One Career Mode series. We're on episode 6, time to hit Monaco. Now for those of you who watched the last episode, things haven't been going too well for us recently. We've had some real problems, some reliability issues with the car, as well as our upgrades and things haven't really gone to plan. The car's actually felt like it's getting progressionally worse. So, things aren't good. We're looking for a bounce back. Hopefully that's something that we can get this weekend, but I will admit right now that Monaco has never really been... Well, I don't know, sometimes I'm good here, sometimes I'm not, but kind of as recent on this game especially, I haven't been that good, but weirdly, we haven't actually done much. I think the only thing we've had is a major upgrade go on the chassis side of things, but the car is actually feeling like a completely different car. I don't know if maybe the last two races have been down to the setup, but yeah, it feels completely different this time. I think I've got the setup nailed as well as the car. Just, progressing. Anyway, you'll see later on that the R&D progress of the car's been fantastic so far, so it's good to see the progress already, and we're definitely feeling the progress now, which is, that's a completely different end of the scale to where we were in the last two races, so I'm quite excited for this weekend. This first practice session went really well. The acclimatization the acclimatization program went as planned, which is really good. And we're really good on the long run. So the race pace is really good. The delta that we were given, we were surpassing the delta quite easily. And guys, hand on heart, I haven't changed the difficulty level. It's exactly where it was. I think for the time being, it's floating around 95, 98. I can't remember exactly. But yeah, we had a really, really strong P1, which was good to see. So hopefully that wasn't just, a slice of luck in P1. But as you can see, comparing ourselves to Lando as well, we're well in the mix. Like Lando was absolutely destroying us for the last two race weekends. So it's good to see that we're on par with him as well there. And we hit a few objectives during that session, which meant that as you can see, we've accrued a nice number of points. So it's time to hit the R&D again and see what we can do. So you can see we've had the chassis upgrade go on over there, which is good. We've got another major upgrade for aero. And we're going to go for that. We've got the points for it. I mean, I kind of feel like the car's okay. It's well balanced everywhere else. So we're going to put that on, and that's going to be ready in a few weeks. And, we've got quite a few major upgrades that are going to go on kind of simultaneously over the coming weekend. So that's quite cool as well. I can't wait to see how that affects the car. So we go into P2, straight into the quali run. And guys, I've got to say, the car is handling just absolutely superb. There's just absolutely no wheel spin. The front end's just, you can just point it onto the apex and I'm just hitting every single apex. The brakes, because the braking performance I've noticed as well, I don't really think I've commented on it too much in recent videos, but the braking performance has been pretty rubbish, and that's back again now. So again, I'm not sure if my setups are just a little bit too harsh, but we'll see. I mean, look at that.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
So look at that. I mean, usually I'm struggling to hit the purple on the quali run there, but I've absolutely smashed it. We've put in a projected third place time, and when you actually get to the end of P2 and put that into perspective as to how that time looked in relation to everyone else, I mean, look at that, guys. I mean, it'd be wrong for me to assume that everyone else has done quali runs, but 8/10 over Valtteri. I mean, that's pretty impressive, regardless of what runs they're doing. I mean, that's still a ridiculously quick lap time in comparison to our rivals. So at this point, you can imagine I'm starting to get a little bit hopeful. I'm actually thinking that maybe we can put ourselves close to the front of the pack for once. And with it being Monaco, track positions everything. If we can get ourselves into maybe the top 4 in qualifying, then there's a really, really good chance that we can hold on to that in the race. So qualifying is going to be massive. But, you know, P3, we don't really do much in P3, as we know. It's more just get the itty-bitty things out of the way, so like the ERS, time management and all that. So, but again, you know, we put in a very quick time again in P3, so it's nice to actually top 2 practice sessions. So let's see if we can tell it into qualifying.
We're here at the magical Circuit de Monaco for one of the most challenging qualifying sessions on the Formula One calendar. Who can add their name to the illustrious list of Monte Carlo pole sitters here today?
Alright, get ready to jump out if you get too hot in there. There's a problem with the cooling system, and it's going to take us a few minutes to correct it.
Well, you know, just when I'm thinking things are getting back to normal and, you know, we were looking good, are we having reliability issues again? We just can't seem to escape them, so, you know, we're going to have to do what we can. It's a little bit worrying, the amount of issues that I've had so far this season. I remember, well, you may remember, sorry, that I mentioned of DRS issues recently. We've had ICE, I think it was ICE issues, so, and brakes as well, and aero in general, so it's not been good, but, you know, we're going to try and put those demons behind us, because the car is feeling strong. It's been really, really strong, so we absolutely take every single piece of track that we can. You know, we're not perfect though. We're still, I think I'm pushing a little bit too hard now, because I know that the car's got that performance in it, so I think I'm just trying to go that extra step, and, you know, I might be compromising my lap a little bit by doing that. So, you know, we're safely out of Q1. I've only gone for the 1 run. Norris actually went for 2 to get that time that he got. So the fact that, you know, with the track life increasing, he's done that second lap and he still couldn't actually surpass us. That's quite handy to know. So, you know, and that, I'm going to try medium. I'm going to try mediums in Q2. The car's felt that good today. I genuinely believe we have a chance of making it into Q3 on the medium tyre. It's the first time I've ever done this. First time I've ever attempted this with this level of confidence that I have. So, you know, fingers crossed we can do this. To be honest with you though, I'm not thinking as far ahead as I probably should, because I don't know what that's going to mean in terms of strategy, depending on where, you know, I'm expecting to end up in qualifying. So we're just going to have to see what happens. I think I'm in sort of uncharted territory right now. We're just going to have to take this a step at a time, I think. Hopefully this time's going to be enough. I mean, let's see what we put in. I mean, damn, look at that. We're only...
Our best lap so far is a 1:12.1.
500ths off first place. Wow. I mean, at this point, it almost feels a little bit too easy. But I'm feeling extra confident now. I mean, as I've said numerous times, the car's feeling absolutely amazing, and I'm not going to overdrive it this time. I'm just going to let it flow. I'm going to use every single inch of curb that I can, make the track as wide as possible without touching the Armco. We're just going to go for it, guys. We've got the car to do this today. Do you know what? I kind of feel like we may even be able to push for pole. I mean, the times we put in over practice, again, I know I shouldn't assume other people's programs and what they're doing, but you can see the speeds there. We have to nail the third sector though. We can't really drift wide. I mean, we've done okay there. We need to get a good exit though. All right, here we go. Time will tell. 1:12 flat to beat.
Okay, you're in the top 10.
Oh damn, little kiss of the wall there. Jesus. I don't even think I'm going to be able to beat this. I mean, we're going to go for a second run. Things are looking good at the moment. We're the last car on track as well, so we're going to have the chance to kind of, you know, take that spot back off anyone if they do jump us. But I'm not going to lie, I think the moment's getting to me a little bit, because I'm all over the place right now. I can't even keep it on the racing line. I'm putting the power down too early, and yeah, we're going to back out of this one. Everyone's past the line. We're pulling into the pits, guys. I mean, that's it. We've got pole in Monaco.
We're all ready for tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. The rookie, Gasly, and Max Verstappen. With qualifying wrapped up, we now have our grid lineup for the big race tomorrow. Be sure to join us then for what will no doubt be a fantastic race.
By nearly 2/10 as well. Wow. It's fair to say I was definitely not expecting that. Not at all.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that.
It's been a great qualifying session for you. Are you going to carry that momentum into the race? Are you hoping to have your reliability issues sorted out before qualifying?
That's a $1 million question. Hope so.
Great. Well, that's everything.
All right, I think we can call that a successful qualifying. We should be in with a good chance in the race.
Well, I'm literally speechless. I'm speechless, but at the same time I have a massive doubt in the back of my mind, because one thing that I have forgot to mention is that our gearbox is extremely high on wear right now. And the fact that we're actually on pole, I think that gives an opportunity for me to put some pretty worn out, more worn components on the car, because obviously we don't have to drive the brakes off the car to stay in first. We can use the track to our advantage. But at the same time, we're going to have to manage this gearbox. It's going to be tough. I mean, I don't know how close it is.
A proper road race, and in the true meaning of the word. That was how Mr. Monaco, the late great Graham Hill, once described this iconic event. The cars we drive have come a long way in the intervening half-century, but still we race on those same public roads beside the Mediterranean Sea. There's no victory more coveted than that of the Monaco Grand Prix. We're on the French Riviera once more this weekend at the 2-mile-long Circuit de Monaco. The cars will climb around 40 metres up the hill, past the casino, and then descend downwards towards the harbour through Sector 2. It's a very short run from pole position to the first of the 19 corners at Saint-Devote. And don't expect to see much overtaking here today. A warm welcome to Anthony Davidson, who's beside me in the commentary box today. Let's talk about the rookie. They're still relatively new to a sport which does have a high learning curve and, of course, little tolerance for mistakes.
And this is something that has ended the career of many a young driver, as that leap up to Formula One proves to be too much. But luckily in this case, I'd say they're doing a good, solid job, and the risk the team took in signing them is definitely starting to pay off.
It's time to take a look at our starting grid for today's race. The rookie lines up on pole position, and it's Pierre Gasly in P2. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Verstappen, Vettel, Charles Leclerc and Hülkenberg, Butler, Ricciardo, Raikkonen and Lucas Faber, Hamilton, Perez, Lando Norris and Bottas, Giovinazzi, Grosjean, Alexander Albon and Daniel Kvyat. Russell and Robert Kubica takes the last spot on the grid, and with preparations almost complete, let's head down to the track.
Oh my god, I've got to hope that we nail this start. Come on, I've been practicing my starts. We've really got to get this. I'm just going to put the gearbox in the red a little bit. I'm going to increase those revs. Come on, we've really got to get a good start. We have to stay ahead of Gasly. Oh, that's actually okay. That's okay. He's right on the outside, but we've got to cover it off. Oh, he's taking the end plate as well. Okay, that's not ideal, but we are still ahead. Wow, look at that. Lots of wheel spin off the line, but it didn't bog us down too much. That's actually probably the best start that I've made this season so far. As you can see, we've literally got the entire end plate missing. Right, so that's another factor we're going to have to take into consideration during our race now. We've taken damage early on, and we're going to have to do what we can to manage it. I mean, I'll be honest with you, early signs the car doesn't actually feel like it's understeering too much. But I'm not really breaking away from the pack either, as you can see. An absolute... Wow. It's the biggest F1 train I've ever seen.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Alright, so it's taken him a full lap to, tell me that I've got damage, but don't worry, Jeff, we've spotted it, we're good. I've noticed that we get an incredibly good exit out of the final corner, and that's really helping because obviously, you know, one of the easiest and probably one of the only overtaking places on this is down the main straight, so...
We're looking at some gearbox wear. Try to keep your number of shifts to a minimum.
Oh man, on lap 2 as well. That's really ill time, Jeff. Okay. So we knew it was going to come. We just didn't. I just didn't think it'd be anywhere near this early. So that's dampened the spirits a little bit. We really need to go into full concentration mode now. I mean, we've got a nice little gap. We're putting in the fastest laps as Leclerc, Butler. Cancel that out, but we have got a nice gap. I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to manage this. It's just going to be a lap by lap basis. I'm going to have to just try and work out where I can short shift and places like that. You know, I've not shifted up into 5th there just to try and, as Jeff said, keep the shifts to a minimum. I suppose as the race goes on, as I get more comfortable with the car, I'll figure out where I can save some more shifts. But for the time being, as much as I am worried about that gearbox, I need to push. I mean, I'm on the slower tyre, and you can see I'm already pulling away from Gasly. It's something crazy.
You're pushing too hard. It's causing your gearbox to take increased wear.
See, nothing gets past Jeff. See, I don't really know what to do because I'm stuck in two minds again because of I don't really think too far ahead on the tactics side of things, like what starting on the medium would actually do for me, what are the actual benefits, because I guess the undercut is going to be severely OP on this track when I think about it now, especially if Gasly and co find a gap. So yeah, this is going to be a lap by lap, guys. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if the gearbox is going to hold out. I don't know if they're going to change my front wing when I pit. There's a lot of things to take into consideration. So just because we've got track position right now doesn't mean a thing, because, you know, that one pit stop can change it all. If I get that wrong tactically, then I'm out of the running. I mean, tyre wear's good though. I mean, we're 10 laps in. No one's pitted yet, which is quite surprising. I would have thought a few of the soft runners would have jumped in the pits already, so we're gonna have to keep an eye on that. Hopefully we get a few people diving in now. Yeah, so it looks like I'm going to assume that's Max and Vettel have just dived in the pits. So the soft runners are jumping in. So this is when the thinking starts. I mean, our tyres are fine. We can see that. I can keep going for a considerable amount more. But I'm going to be losing time. They're going to have fresh tyres. You know, the track life is increasing. The track's going to get naturally faster. As Gasly and Leclerc have dived in as well. So I've got a decision to make now. I mean, really, look at all of that. Look at all that clear air. I should dive in this lap, but I just don't know. We've got 70...
Battery charge is low. If we turn down the ERS deployment, we can harvest more energy.
Thanks, Jeff. So, as you saw there, we got 77% wear on the gearbox. If I remember rightly, I think it was 73 or something like that before we started the race. So, you know, we are increasing the wear on the gearbox, probably at a rate that we shouldn't be. It's probably not manageable. I'm going to have to do something about this. We're going to have to manage our shifts a little bit more, so you might see some peculiar shifting patterns in this race, and that's exactly why. As we dive it in now, I mean, I've been monitoring the pit positioning as well, and when I come out, it says that I'm going to be in about sixth position when I regain onto the track. And they're actually changing the wing as well. I didn't need that. I didn't need that.
Release, release.
And you can see... So our teammate goes by, and where's Gasly? Is that Gasly tucked in behind Albon? Yeah, it is, and he's got past.
Strategy complete. See these tires through to the
Oh
end.
man, that's not ideal. I mean, we all know it's very difficult to overtake around Monaco, and he's not going to be on a two-stop, so if I'm going to win this race, I'm going to have to overtake. there is absolutely no option, and I'm trying to push straight away on the Harbz, and the car's sliding all over the place. I mean, the good news is we've got a solid front wing again. We've got fresh tyres. We know we're quick round here. The car's handling an absolute dream this weekend, so we're just going to have to knuckle down and try and get on with this. We're going to have to try and pass him. I mean, there's a good gap. I say there's a good gap. Actually, Vettel's right behind us, so his early stops worked out quite well for him as well. And that's the power of the undercut. I mean, what was he? He was fourth, wasn't he?
Okay, you're catching the car ahead, but remember, we need to get to the end of the race on these tyres.
All right, as Vettel actually puts in the quickest lap as well. So that just shows that the track is speeding up. He's on the mediums now, but we've got to make sure we get a good get a good exit out of the final corner if we want, as we nearly lose the entire front end to Gasly there. But we've got to get a good exit out of here if we're going to make this work. Right, here we go. So I'm not shifting down to second out of the final corner now, and I find we're getting a better launch as we're going to send one. And is it going to work? We're keeping the squeeze. Damn, that was close. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Not only do we go out the inside, we're showing him into the wall, and he actually loses part of his front wing. I mean, I'm going to call that karma, guys. I mean, he did that to us in T1 at the start, so nothing wrong with a little bit of payback there. The only problem we have now is that we're going to start to be held up by Albon. We're going to be in a dirty air as well, which obviously isn't going to help with the downforce. Car's going to be a little bit more slidey. But luckily for us, he's going to dive in the pits, so problem averted. Okay, so wow, I'm still kind of can't believe this is happening, guys. Similar situation to the start of the race, except for this time 79% wear. Tyres still aren't up to temp. They're still not at their full performance. And look, you can tell, like, I can't pull away from Gasly. I mean, I've got to manage this gearbox. That's more important. It's better to finish lower down in the points and not finish at all. Just pushing for first. So, you know, that's priority now. And as we all know, track position.
Gap to teammate behind is 8.4 seconds.
As we all know, the track position at Monaco is absolutely everything. If I can at least stay in front of him, then I can make my car as wide as a bus. I'm not going to let him past easily. I mean, the good thing is he is starting to drop off, though. My only concern now is whether or not Perez is actually ever going to pit, because he seems to have been on the track forever. He's really, you know, taking every inch of life, squeezing every single inch of life out of those medium tyres.
Gasly is behind you. The gap to the car behind is 4.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 16 laps old. The time last lap was a 1 minute 16.9.
Alright. So the tyres are starting to come into their own a little bit now. It's the fastest first sector I've produced in the race so far. So look at that, isn't that beautiful? A lovely view of Monaco there. But guys, we're looking really good. The car's starting to warm up again now. Tyre performance is coming back. Jeff's not been on the radio to mention about excess wear on the gearbox anymore. Things seem to have settled down nicely. Gasly is a good few seconds behind us. There's a nice pocket there. And you know what? I'm starting to relax a little bit as we put the power down a little bit too keenly there. But yeah, the car's feeling really good. I've got a lot of confidence that it's going to carry me to the end now. I've just got to manage that gearbox, manage these shifts.
There's 5 laps of fuel remaining.
And the fuel management has been superb as well. For the earlier parts of the race, I was actually running in lean for a considerable amount of time. And yeah, we've dropped down to...
We're at +1 lap of extra fuel. Fuel target +1.
I'm dropping down to lean every now and then as well, just to try and take a bit of stress off the gearbox. So I wouldn't say tactically if I got this race spot on, because I had no idea what I was going to do. I just went to qualify on mediums just because. But yeah, here we go then, guys. It's the final lap of an absolutely amazing weekend for us. Maybe we can pop the difficulty level up a bit now. We'll see what happens in the next weekend. We've got 82% wear on the gearbox. The gearbox wear has been nothing in this race. Really surprised to see how low that is. But I'm not going to risk for another weekend. We get a free change after this weekend's done and dusted. But again, absolutely surpassing everyone's expectations, I think, with this one. I'm just gonna go quiet now and just hope that we can bring it home for our first ever win as a rookie in F1 2019.
You worked hard for that one. Congratulations.
Oh man, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. I'm absolutely chuffed to bits. Didn't think that would happen this season.
A beautiful performance from McLaren today. Anthony Davidson, what helped them deliver this result, do you think?
Well, I think it was clear what the main contributing factor out on the track was today: speed. I know it sounds like an obvious thing to say, Crofty, but fast cars win races, and we saw that today with our winner.
As the winners make their way up to the podium, one can only imagine the celebrations that will take place at McLaren tonight. Congratulations to everyone on the team, securing the win and proving they're a force to be reckoned with out on the track.
What a beautiful sight. Phenomenal.
And now let's take a look at the driver's standings. Charles Leclerc's points today take him to the top of the championship standings. Now let's discuss, Ant, who would you say is a contender for driver of the day?
Roman Grosjean's my driver of the day. I don't think I've ever seen such a strong performance from him.
I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One. Be sure to join us for the next one.
What do you say, guys? What do you say? I cannot believe how well this weekend's gone. And do you know what? I think we've earned it. I think it's our time.
Amazing performance out there. I'm sure you're pretty happy with that. You took the top points today. Was it a comfortable win? Well, looks like your luck has changed. Things went a lot better than last weekend, didn't they? It's safe to say you're smashing everyone's expectations, isn't it?
Hell yeah!
Appreciate your time.
Oh, guys, I can't get over it. I'm actually genuinely smiling ear to ear. It was such a pleasure to take part in that race. The whole weekend just went absolutely perfectly.
Looks like one of your rivals has also been invited to a historical event. This could be a good opportunity to play up your rivalry for the press and expand your reputation.
Right, so we got a considerable boost to our points, you know, just for, I guess, surpassing everyone's expectations. But we did do a lot of objectives, so I'm just having a look around now. I'm gonna do an upgrade to the chassis because we kind of neglected the chassis a little bit since the major upgrade. Don't really know which one of the two to do for those. So what I will do is start doing the durability as well and put the cable assembly on. But you can see the R&D there. Like we're making considerable progress. And it's so good to see. But first things first, let's get rid of this knackered old gearbox. Let's get it in the bin. We want none of that. Well, guys, that was probably the best episode that I've filmed so far. I loved every second of that. I hope you did too. If you did, please smash that like button. And don't forget to subscribe as well. I've been Harbz Gaming. See you next time. Ciao.